Okay, it is Tuesday, 9:25 a.m., July the 20th, and the main watch list here is very small. LCLP, ideally some kind of spike. INCC, a spike ideally. I could consider LCLP for a morning panic bounce play. Apparently they had some bad news. I've seen a lot of these with bad news that have a very clean drop and bounce, so that will be something I might consider, although it's not perfect because it's, there's news behind it. DPLS could be a morning panic bounce play or a spike. I do have other stocks on the other watch list. Again, Gamer is one of them. Right, in theory, although this one really doesn't trade nicely, honestly. NLST. Even stuff like LWLG, if it provides something clean, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Nothing that's really interesting. I don't see anything that was uptrending the other day, but maybe we'll have some first green days, maybe nothing. The markets don't look too bad. At least it's not continuing that red streak from yesterday, so yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. Alright, it is 9:40 a.m. This one was a lot scarier, I'll be honest. This was a lot scarier than DPLS. I am missing out on this price action here, but I think maybe next time I'll be more prepared to be able to hold this thing a bit better. So we had bad news the other day, some kind of dilution problem, and they try to put like good pre-market news, but that was not gonna help. Excuse me. So this thing had the panic right, and initially I thought I missed it right here, because I said, all right, this is the the big volume candle here, let's go for a consolidation candle. But unfortunately this thing is uptrending, so I thought, all right, this is not working. Maybe it's going to be all choppy, and maybe it'll go in my favor. It will downtrend again like it has done, like with DPLS yesterday, where it kind of has that big volume candle, morning panic bottom, and then it has a huge candle, and then it goes all the way back to the same level. That's what happened. I got in at 283 at 936, which was right here. This is a safe entry considering this price action, and I got in at, what was it again, 283, so right here near the bottom. This wasn't large like yesterday, a $1,200 position, but this was still kind of big, like a $600 position. I'll be honest, it was a bit scary because I thought maybe this thing is going to reject 3 cents, that it's just going to just bounce back and forth towards 3 cents and then break under the range and absolutely take a dump. But that's not the case. It did break through eventually, and I sold right as it was breaking through. Now it's at 31.8. This thing could go to 36. This thing could go to 40. This thing could make a nice move. I remember a long time ago I traded this pump, CCTL, I believe. This thing had the skull and crossbones news on, like just the worst news you can have. And the thing had the cleanest morning panic bounce play I've ever seen, at least that I can remember, that I traded too. That one was impressive. Now, does that have to happen here? Absolutely not, but it could. Anyway, so I sold. I tried selling at 3 at 937. So right here, 937, and I did get just a little bit executed. It got super sketchy right here, because it would trade with these big pauses, like if the stock is about to get halted. And it started trading like this. It just seemed very laggy, right? It wasn't as clean and smooth as it was before. It started being extremely laggy. But anyway, it worked out in that sense that it did get past VWAP now at 31, 32 actually, excuse me. And then I sold 939, which was right here when it started to break through it, right? At 303, I got executed. This thing can make a nice lower low setup potential like DPLS was yesterday, and it can make like a nice run over a longer period of time, or maybe I'll do it right here and then make a lower high, not a lower high, a higher low. So that was the setup there. I forgot how much. I think I'm up like 38 bucks. And these were nice percent gains, 7%, 7%, 6%. But hey, I could have sold this thing at 32 cents. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. There was nothing else that I really. I guess DPLS. I'll be watching this too. I'll make an update later. Okay, 948. At least right now. Yeah, probably. I probably missed this run up here. I did not want to take a buy at right here because I didn't want to consider an order and then it breaks 11. Although I probably could have considered that and that would have gotten me into this trade here, but I mean, what can I say? This thing doesn't. It looks nice, but it doesn't trade with that much range. I mean, you think it's a lot, but this is 11 to 12, and that's like most of the move. VWAP is at 11, 6, 7, so it's not that much range here. Although it does look super clean, it's just not that much range. But yeah, so I saw this downtrend. Could have considered it here at 11 and came back. Didn't want to chase, thinking, well, if I miss it, I miss it. But ideally, it drops back maybe to 11.7 and puts up a higher low from this section here, or worst case a double bottom. If it cracks 11, then I self and cut losses quickly, but that wasn't the case here, at least not right now. So no setup there, just out of curiosity. CC looks like trash. Let's look at gamer. I didn't even really look at the other screen. Apparently this one's down a lot, but this one is not really necessarily I guess it is breaking a nice range, but this thing doesn't trade so cleanly. HPIL didn't really have one. PHIL is kind of having one, but not really clean. Is LTLC yeah, this one's still up trading, so nothing right now. I'll make an update later. Alright, 9:57 a.m. I wasn't expecting it, but I did get an opportunity to get in DPLS. When I had the last recording, it was like up here, then it started the downtrend. It actually got back to this level. Now the problem is this thing is trading with range. Like, it has a nasty spread. Yeah, just pretty nasty. Anyway, I took a buy 9:52 right here. Right, and I got in at 11:03, which actually was the big baller entry right there, just like right at the low of that candle with that wick right there. And it was lower at some point than my position, just a little, but again, I was risking 11 cents. If 11 cents would have cracked, I would have gotten out. Even if it was like a max panic under 11 pennies and everybody freaks out and then it turns around, that would have been fine. But the issue is that this thing has a nasty spread, so it kind of trades all ugly, and 11.40 is like a wall, right? So it just kept bouncing forward. You can see here 11.3, 11.35. The spread was worse at some point. You see this, right? Just nasty spread. I tried just because when I first had this crazy 9:52, I was in this crazy spike here. I thought, all right, if it's gonna trade that crazy, let me put an order at 54, which is like right under VWAP, in case people are trying to put their orders at VWAP, so then I might be able to get executed. And it just didn't happen. It just kept bouncing like this. Volume doesn't feel that nice, although I'm sure it is. It trades all choppy. I don't know. OTCs really are trading like OTCs. Can you believe it? And eventually I took a sell at 9:55, which was right here. Yeah, 9:55. I sold at, my average was 11.4, which was the top of the range. It might have been a little different because I had my limit, right? I had my limit at 11.39. Give or take, it was $10 really, which was 3-ish%, 2.4% on one of them, I guess. 2.41, so maybe 2.5%. I don't know. I'll do the math later. It looks like it's trying to build itself up so that it can officially crack this 11.4 level. It's going to be very hard for this to go back to 11, but it can happen. LCLP, that's nice. It looks like it kind of bounced towards VWAP. It held VWAP at 30. That's a 10% move. That's cool. I was not there for that. I don't think I would have traded it. I would have wanted a lower low or something under VWAP. That's all I got right now. I'll make an update later. I guess I'm up like $50. I'm not sure, but I'll make an update later. Alright, it is 1:47 p.m. I haven't made an update. I haven't been looking at anything since that last video. And I'm probably not going to trade anything else today. I have like a whole bunch of orders that I need to take care of. So I'm not going to be here watching these setups. I'm very happy to see DPLS. Again, my entry I think was here, or maybe here actually. It was here. At this, let's just see if I'm still logged in. Yep, okay, LCLP. Well, let's look at DPLS first. It looks like I'm still, yeah, 952 at, right, that was at 1103. Right, so my entry here, it did, you know, I sold at the top at this point. Is this in order? Yep. Sold at the top here. It did eventually break past VWAP. It ran towards 18, 11, not 18, 1180-ish downtrend. Held VWAP. Continued the uptrend. It got as high as 1278. I don't think I would have been able to hold that long. I also had to go somewhere, so it's not like I could have been watching this, at least here on the, you know, on the computer. So, you know, this is when it comes to setups like this, I normally want a higher low, ideally a lower low from this initial bottom, but this one actually just did it all at once. The only setup I could have considered was a dip towards VWAP here. It didn't really touch VWAP, but it got right at that level. You know, I could have risked it off there. That would have been a tiny risk, you know, so I could have maybe went larger there. So that was a setup here, nice uptrend. It didn't have a lower low or anything to trade like that. LCLP, this one, I guess you can call it a higher low, and it held VWAP. Very similar to DPLS here. So maybe in theory I can try to prepare myself for that. If it doesn't make a lower low, you know, then maybe it can do something with VWAP. However, sometimes these are scary because it's downtrending and you think it's going to get lower, but I think I can read the price action well enough to think if it's going to do something like that. Of course, it's probability, but you know, this one held VWAP too. I mean, nice from 30 to 41. I wouldn't have held that much, but you know, maybe a sell into 33. I don't know. I really don't know. So I need to try to get better at that. Not just the initial morning panic bounce play and the lower low, but if it does something with VWAP here and it tries to hold, why not consider that? You know, I did it here, two different stocks, but very similar setup in that sense. So yeah, I probably won't trade anything else today. Again, I have a whole bunch of things to do, but two great trades. I'll make an update later to see how some of these have been since. Alright, it is 8:55 p.m. and I am here to call it off. I had a lot of work to do and I just came back, so again, it's just gonna be a review of how everything went. I finished maybe what, like 53 bucks on the day. This section right here had two trades, LCLP, DPLS, right? Yeah, seems like it. At first it looked like there were two LCLP trades, but no, it was just one. Again, that was back here at 936. Looking at the big picture, it got the 41 cents. I can't believe it got the 41 cents, right? And I'm over here trading it at 28 cents. Now, does that mean I'm going to hold all the way here? No. But I do need to realize that a lot of these morning panic bounce plays, they can run for a very long time. This one was different because it didn't put up a lower low. Same with DPLS. It put up you know, no lower lows. Instead, it made a dip towards VWAP. LCLP dip towards VWAP. That's a lot of range. That's pretty nice range. I need to keep getting better at that. So yeah, LCLP. I should have probably have sold half, maybe at that VWAP level, and held the other half. You know, for this high 31 level, that would have been nice had I have held it maybe longer. That would have been nicer too. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. I'm not sure, I happened to just lose my train of thought there, but again, you know, morning panic bounce plays, I like the lower low setup. I need to adjust and start considering these as well. I can take a large position too, even though it's scary as heck. Excuse me. Just because of the fact that, you know, I buy the thing, right? And then I risk VWAP, which is right there. You know, the risk is right there. Same with DPLS. I could have went a lot larger here. That's something I could have done better. I could have traded a larger size because of the fact that I was literally risking 11 cents, which was right there. I should have went in theory larger here because my risk was so freaking close to my entry. And I will try to consider these. This was at 10:30 and this one was at 9:53. Okay, so yeah, I'll be looking for that. I need to consider not just lower low, higher lows off of this initial panic, but I need to look at maybe dip towards VWAP after a morning panic bounce play. Again, DPLS just one drop and it had that nice run up to 12.79 from 11. LCLP much more range. Didn't have a lower low. It was a higher low at the VWAP level. Loss of range here 27 to 40. INCC didn't really do much. And just to look at the others, no, nothing here with LTNC. Nothing here. Is that it? Yeah, NLST. Ooh, looks like I had one actually in the afternoon. I wouldn't have been there for that. 871, 914, horrible range. That's all I got. Maybe there was a first day runner today. I'll be able to see that tomorrow, pre-market, and get ready. But overall, pretty good trade again. I need to consider these dip towards VWAPs after that initial panic, and considering larger size when the entry is that close to that risk level. So that's all I got.